Okay, so let's start. So, Mr. Congratulations for selecting into the interview round.
Thank you so
Uh,
much, sir.
okay, so can you please give a brief introduction about yourself, your background?
My full name is Sarmishta Sahu. I'm from Kendujhar. I have done my 10th from Nirmala Convent School, Kendujhar, and my plus 2 from BJP Junior College, Bhubaneswar. I am a 2018 Computer Science Engineering graduate from Silicon Institute of Technology. After my graduation, I started working as a home tutor and at the same time preparing for civil services. I'm a dedicated and determined and enthusiastic person. During my leisure time, I love reading motivational books, cooking sattvic meals, and educating people on how to lead a medicine free, disease free life by following a simple, natural lifestyle. This is all about myself.
Sharmishta, how did you know that you are a dedicated person?
From the fact that any work, if I am assigned or if I commit myself to something, then I always make it a point to complete it.
What motivational book have you read, Sharmishta?
So I have read books of Rhonda Byrne and Jeff Keller, and also of C.J. Somia, our eighth Comptroller General of India. And I have also read books of Sudha Murthy and Wings of IS Fikhera.
Have you read that?
No, sir, it's on my to be read list.
Okay. Why do you think that you should be joining civil services? How would you be able to contribute?
So since childhood, I was never sure what I want to pursue in life. At point I thought I want to become a doctor or a teacher, and at one point even I wanted to be an environmentalist and even Prime Minister of India. So after my plus two, following the advice of my parents and peers and teachers, I joined engineering. But in the first year itself, I got this feeling that I do not want to spend my life in a cubicle in front of a computer screen, because I am a more people oriented person. I'm a more peaceful person. I love to connect with people, interact with them, and hear their happiness or difficulties. And I'm always motivated to sort out their big or small problems or challenges. So after in the second year of my engineering, I also saw videos of Delhi schedule of IS officers, wherein one day they visit the SSG women or meet farmers and carry out cleanliness drive. So it is that diverse aspect of civil services in which a person can contribute or bring positive changes, innovation, new ideas into every aspect of our administration, be it economy, agriculture, or social sector. So I think I strongly feel that joining these services, I can holistically serve the society.
So, yes, ma'am, you have any question?
Yes, Sarmishta, really it is very amazing. Your journey is too good, and really being a software engineer, come administrator. So what will be your development of the software? You will develop the software for socio-economic development of Odisha. What type of software you will develop
Okay, ma'am.
for socio-economic development of the Odisha?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, for socioeconomic development, the sectors that come into light are health, education, and economic sector. So, for the healthcare, I would suggest that since in most of the tribal districts and in remote districts of Odisha, there is issue of lack of shortage of specialist professionals, specialist health professionals. So I would suggest that there can be an online health supervision system in which in any part of Odisha can have access to specialist doctors. So there should be technology upgradation and online health supervision system. just like we have national digital mission in with one health card scheme, so we can have such a facility in Odisha. Sir, ma'am, regarding education, after the pandemic, the education system is highly deteriorating. So, we can also strengthen the online education system further in a way that teachers should be can be made trained to be more interactive and should be able to conduct engaging online sessions. So
Okay.
this is my viewpoint, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sarmishta, have you heard about 5T?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
The five key are the factors on which Odisha government judges its policies and projects. 5T stands for time limit, transparency, transformation, teamwork, and technology.
Okay. So
So
in
all
your
the projects,
yeah, in your biodata you have written like naturopathy and natural medicine. You have more focus on the natural medicine. Do you think that people will more attract to this natural medicine and naturopathy you have mentioned? So you have also practiced something. How much it is relevant nowadays?
sir, naturopathy has been in our ancient past, and it has always existed, because naturopathy or nature cure, in simple terms, mean balancing the five elements of which we and the earth is made up of within our body. That is fire, air, water, ether, and earth, that is our food. So naturopathy is the most easiest lifestyle, and it is the only one lifestyle that ensures complete disease-free and medicine-free life. So it includes having food that only comes from plants and does not is not processed in any form. Fasting, sunbathing, pranayam, yoga. So it was relevant, and it will always remain relevant.
Sir.
Sarmishta, now you know that we have been going through a situation, negative situation kind of thing, COVID situation that is. And at different level, the government has been trying to face it and differently. Different government has been trying to do it differently. Looking at the way government of Odisha has handled this situation,
Yes.
you tell me, was there anything wrong in the way the government handled it? And imagine that you are a block development officer of a rural area. What different things you would have done as a BDO of that area?
Sir, Odisha government was one of the first states to take several positive actions towards COVID-19, including toll-free number to emergency control rooms. So it has given its 100% to the pandemic. So, in my opinion, what I would say is that the government is made up of a few people. So it is on the part of citizens who should play active role in containing the pandemic. So to enforce that citizenism and active citizenship, if posted as a BDO, I would have taken intensive awareness and sensitization drives. People should actually get the seriousness, the gravity of the situation, and there should be more and more awareness drives, and and every family member should have sufficient information, like door-to-door surveillance and door-to-door awareness spreading, and there should be such drives in regular intervals, like every day of a week. This
Yeah,
is my
Sarmishta,
opinion.
you are belongs to Kendujhar, right?
Yes, sir.
So what are the challenges or what are the problem majorly
Yes.
that is exist in Kendujhar, and as a civil
Yes.
servant how you can approach to solve this problem?
Sir, Kendujhar is one of the major mining producing districts in Odisha. The challenges that my district is currently facing are the first, the healthcare situation is very poor here. There is shortage of trained professionals in district hospitals. So in that case, I would suggest that there is district mineral foundation which functions to support tribal dominated mining dominated district. So district mineral foundation should recruit more trained professionals for better health services delivery. Second issue is that due to mining activities, there is degrading quality of water. Most of the villages people are dependent on water from natural bodies, natural water bodies. So due to mining activities, the water is polluted. Along with there is high iron content in water. So I would suggest for installation of iron filtration water taps throughout the mining regions. And also there is two major piped water supply projects undergoing, so that problem will be taken care of soon. And the third issue is that Cambridge has around 70%, exactly 69 point some percent of population under BPL. So to increase livelihood and enable people to earn their own livelihood, the forest produce of Cambridge district can be tapped into. Cambridge has 1/3 of its area under forest with several non-timber minor forest produce like Mahua, Kendu leaves, etc. So government can set up market linkages to sell these products from tribals who can earn their livelihood. And the final challenge, last challenge which I would like to mention is that around 66% population of Cambridge are under illiterate. Illiteracy rate is around 66%. For that as well, funds from the DMF, especially in mining areas. So the funds from the DMF can be utilized, and Anganwadi Kendras should be reinvented so that they can provide a better nutrition, healthcare, also education facilities to tribal areas. So this is my opinion.
Yeah. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am, any question?
You have written your biodata reflects that you cook sattvic meal.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, which method of cooking you use, and tell me the benefit and how will you transmit this knowledge from your home to the poor people.
Ma'am, sattvic meals in short mean the food that we eat should directly come from plants. It should not be processed, and we should not consume any form of animal products, be it meat or milk or honey, etc. So the method of eating sattvic meal is that the first meal of the day should be a vegetable juice, because vegetable juice are the most detoxifying. When we are sleeping at night, our body is under rest. So for example, like a car, when we start a bike, we do not start it on fifth gear. We start it on first gear. So vegetable juices are the first gear. Second, for breakfast, we should have only fruits for breakfast. Fruits are highly cleansing in nature. Because all the root cause of all disease, any disease, are the toxins or waste that are inside our body through consumption of processed food or through our lifestyle. So the second should be the breakfast should be only fruits, and the lunch should be a grain meal. We should only consume whole grain meals like brown rice or whole wheat flour. And along with that, any curry that we want to make, simply by boiling vegetables, and after boiling the vegetables, switching off the flame and adding coconut and salt or any spices like jeera and tomato. Coconut should not be cooked on fire because it is a healthy fat, and on cooking it turns into cholesterol. So and for dinner we can have a light raw salad or soup.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Sharmishta, you talked about whole meal, and that is quite pleasant, sattvic meal and all. But I would say this is only in idealistic level, because irrespective of urban area, rural area, nowadays food is highly adulterated. Don't you agree with me? And in this kind of context, Suppose you are a block development officer of a rural area, and you know that even in that area, food, vegetable, everything is adulterated. And how would you react to that, and what would you do about it?
So, for short-term goals, for short-term goals, we cannot for the food that comes from farms. Yes, I agree. There is use of chemical fertilizers, but because they are cooked in sunlight, sunlight is the best disinfectant, the best sanitizer, or the best source of power that kills all the germs. So since our food is cooked in sunlight, it is sun cooked food. So the food that directly comes from nature would have less impact on our body than something which is processed, which is canned, bottled, or killed. So in that, and for further spreading the information, I would advise the farmers to grow food in a sustainable manner, sustainable farming. So in that case, there would be less intrusion into our body.
In that case, they will not get good profit. They will not obey you.
So no, so in present situation also, farmers are selling the same vegetables. But if they follow a sustainable organic method, that can be advertised as good quality products or vegetables, and it can also earn good remuneration.
Given a chance to choose, will you choose a rural area or urban area for your service?
Honestly, I would choose a rural area because I myself have grown up in a rural setting and have visited numerous villages along with my grandparents. So I deeply connect with them, their innocence and their culture. So I'd like to stay in a rural area.
Okay,
Good.
Sarmishta, why do you think that you are fit for civil service?
So first thing is that my own passion for it, that to work in a diversified field where I can contribute to every sector of our country's standing. And second point is that I want to work for betterment of people. In no matter whatever is the situation or sector, I want to help people to lead a ease life, for life full of ease. So for that, I can dedicatedly work for whatever I have to.
Okay, so from my side it is done. So, sir, anything is there?
Yeah, we are done.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.